Sound of Scripts presents The Mailman's Son, a short film written by J.B. Story.
Exterior, cul-de-sac. Morning. Monday. A mail truck trundles along a picturesque, cozy street. The mailman, early 40s, proud, steadfast, pulls up to a blue mailbox outside of a large suburban house. The door of the home's decorated in confetti and streamers. A colorful banner on the front door reads, "Welcome home." At the front of the yard is a set of new planter boxes, each with a fresh budding rose bush, flowers in their infancy. The mailman tenderly gets out of the truck. He wears a baby sling. He moves softly so as not to disturb the sleeping infant cradled against his chest. In his other hand, he holds a bundle of mail. He sees the mailbox red flag has been raised. He opens the box, and an envelope is inside. He removes it, and places over a dozen cards back into the box. As he is about to put the outgoing envelope into the truck, he notices that he is the recipient. Then the front door of the house opens. The mailman glances over to see the mother, early 30s, by the entrance. She too totes a baby sling. She nudges gingerly down the driveway toward the mailman. Quiet. She gestures to the envelope with a careful, kind smile. The mailman nods back gratefully. He opens the envelope. It's a card. The front is a monochromatic drawing of flowers. The words on the card read, "With heartfelt sympathy." The mother glances at the inside of his truck. On the dashboard is a picture of a pregnant woman, his wife. Plastic candles adorn the picture. It's a mini memorial. The mother gazes back sympathetically at the mailman. He turns away as a single tear trickles down her cheek. The mother goes back to the house. The father, mid-30s, awaits at the door. He makes brief eye contact with the mailman, clumsily waves at him, then turns away. The mailman goes back to his truck, looks at the picture, and blows a kiss to his wife. Then he starts the engine. The mother passes the father in the doorway. The father sighs, somewhat frustrated, annoyed. He glances at the mailman, then his wife, and then slams the door shut. Exterior, cul-de-sac, early morning, Tuesday. The mail truck pulls up to the blue mailbox house. The planter boxes by the mailbox is a cacophony of colorful roses in various states of bloom. The house's front door is decorated with balloons. Stenciled on the door is, "Happy Birthday, Angel." Outside on the lawn is a makeshift cupcake stand. The daughter, now 10 years old, is wearing an angel costume. She's all alone. Next to the cupcakes is a collection cup with a small sign that reads, $1 for a birthday cupcake. Accompanying the mailman is now his 10-year-old son. The son wears a ragged, pre-owned soccer shirt and shorts. Plus, he sports an equally beat-up set of old cleats. That said, he proudly holds a new soccer ball, beaming ear to ear. And when he sees the daughter, his face lights up even more, as too does the daughter. The son shows off his soccer ball. The daughter reaches under the table and pulls out a new violin case, smiles proudly. The daughter gestures for the son to take a cupcake. The son looks at the mailman, who in turn nods his approval. The son takes a bite of the cupcake, smiles. He then notices the daughter scowling at his feet, specifically at his tattered sneakers. The son looks away, embarrassed. Then the father appears at the house doorway. He brushes past the mother, barely acknowledges her. The daughter sees her dad. She quickly opens her violin case and takes out the violin. But then her father is distracted by a phone call. He heads to the car and ignores his daughter. The daughter dejectedly puts her violin away, but then a hand places $5 into her collection cup. It's the mailman. He winks at the daughter. She grins gratefully back at him. The mailman nods to the daughter and smiles, as the mother furtively watches the father on his phone, glum and disappointed with his behavior. She looks at the mailman and musters a forced, razor-thin smile. The mailman gestures for the son to get back into the truck. As the son's returning to the truck, The father's car starts. He then speeds away without looking back at the daughter. Not a word, not a kiss, nothing. Meanwhile, the mother returns to the house and quietly shuts the door. The mailman blows a kiss to the picture on the dashboard of his wife. He gestures to the son, who in turn does the same. As they drive away, the son peers back at the daughter, left all alone in the garden, with only her cupcakes and a violin case for company. Exterior, cul-de-sac, morning, Wednesday. The mail truck sputters down the street and comes to a stop-start-stop in front of the blue mailbox house. Sitting at the wheel of the car is the son, now 15 years old. The mailman's next to him. The son's flustered. The mailman squeezes the son's shoulder, gives him a reassuring nod, then pats him on the back. The son is now wearing a black tapered soccer sweatpants and a zipped-up sweatshirt. A crest on the chest and thigh indicates it's a youth soccer club. The outfit is in pristine condition. Next to the picture of the son's mother on the truck's dashboard is also a photo of the son in a soccer kit, holding up 2 trophies. One trophy reads, State Player of the Year, Under 15s. The son helps the mailman with the mail. The mailman pauses for a moment and coughs, takes a moment to catch his breath. The son glimpses at the planter boxes. The roses are intertwining with each other, competing for space. The son approaches the blue mailbox when he hears a honk. In the driveway is a pre-owned car with a banner along the side of the car. Happy 15th, Angel. The daughter is behind the wheel, by herself. She waves enthusiastically at the son, and he waves back. The son looks at the mail truck. The mailman ushers him to come back to the driver's side. The son scuffs over slowly, glancing enviously at the daughter's new car. The mailman notices. He smiles at his son, holds out his hand for the truck's keys. The son is relieved. He hands over the keys. As they are about to depart, the son looks through the doorway of the house. The mother and the father argue heatedly. The father points at the car angrily. The mother shakes her head in disbelief. As the altercation intensifies, the daughter amplifies the radio in her car. The son can see the daughter sobbing. The son glances at the mailman, who sharply inhales when he observes the daughter. He shakes his head sympathetically. The mailman starts the engine, blows a kiss to his wife, looks at his son, who automatically does the same. Music from the daughter's car grows louder and louder and louder as the truck pulls away. Exterior, cul-de-sac, early morning, Thursday. The mail truck's idling in front of the blue mailbox house. Garbage cans are by the side of the road awaiting pickup. The daughter's car now has a for sale sign on it. The son, 18 years old, gets out of the driver's side. He's hobbling. There's a heavy brace around his knee. His mood is dark as he limps behind the truck and back around to the passenger side, where the mailman sits with a blanket over his lap. His skin's pallid, his body frail. The son opens the door. The mailman hands him a bundle of envelopes. The son notices one of the letters is from the Juilliard School of Music. He raises an eyebrow, shows it to the mailman, who in turn whistles, impressed. This prompts the mailman to reach into the inside pocket of his coat. He pulls out a set of pamphlets, tilts his head, looks at the son, then nods encouragingly at the pamphlets. The son frowns, agitated, pauses, notices the planter boxes and how the roses have started to rot and fester. He looks down at his own crippled knee, bites his lip. The front door by the house opens. Out stomps the father with 2 boxes. He opens up the trunk of his car. More boxes. Moving boxes. The son notices the mother in the upstairs window peeping between a set of curtains down at the father. Her face is puffy with tears. Her demeanor distant. Meanwhile, a loud car thunders down the road and screeches to a stop in front of the house. The horn honks obnoxiously. The daughter, now 18 years old, stumbles out of the house. She's scantily clad, eyes like a raccoon, strung out. The driver of the car is her boyfriend, 20 years old, your prototypical bad boy. The daughter trudges past the son. They make eye contact. And for a split second, he sees shame and sadness in her eyes. The son passes the daughter the Juilliard letter. As she reaches for it, the sleeve of her shirt runs up her arm a few inches and reveals trace marks on the inside of her elbow. She tentatively takes the letter. The son half smiles in anticipation and encouragement. This prompts the daughter to open the letter. However, just as she's about to, she hears the trunk of her father's car slam shut. And suddenly, just like that, the hopeful moment is gone. She goes to one of the garbage cans and throws the letter away. The son sees that the daughter's old violin case has also been stuffed haphazardly into the garbage. The daughter gets into her boyfriend's car, and they speed away. The father glances at the mother, takes a key off his keyring, and drops it emotionlessly onto the driveway. He then gets into his car. The upstairs curtains close. The mother's gone. 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 The mailman coughs and splutters. The son retreats to the truck. The mailman blows a kiss at the picture of his wife. He looks at the son to do the same, but the son's distracted, scowling at his knee brace, practically cursing it. Exterior cul-de-sac, morning. Friday. The mail truck glides to a stop beside the blue mailbox house. The son, now 20 years old, gets out of the driver's side. He wears the mailman's old post office jacket. He's alone. The house is also eerily quiet. The son places mail into the mailbox. He briefly glances down at the planter boxes. Everything is dead. Only decrepit dirt and wretched weeds remain. The son dips a hand into his pocket, fumbles around with something between his fingers. He squints hesitantly at the house, unsure of how to proceed. Before he can decide, the front door unlatches. At the doorway is the mother. She stands tall, present. The daughter, also 20, emerges behind the mother. She has a blanket wrapped around her, yet she shivers. Her face is pale, forehead sticky with flop sweat. The son advances toward the door. The mother carefully hands him an envelope. He nods at her. Then he pulls from his pocket a small statue of the Angel of Eternal Light. He places it in the daughter's shaking hands. The daughter regards the statue and manages to offer back a small smile of gratitude. The son nods back. The son then returns to the truck as the mother and the daughter retreat back into their hushed home. The son shuts the door of the truck, looks at the empty passenger seat, and sighs. On the dashboard is a picture of the mailman and his wife. They're kissing each other in front of a large statue of the Angel of Eternal Light. The son looks at the envelope the mother had handed him. He opens it and pulls out a condolence card. The image on the card is a drawing of a father and a boy playing soccer in a park. The son rubs his eyes, thinks for a moment, and he suddenly remembers something. He opens the glove compartment, rifles through papers, and then pulls out a set of old pamphlets. One is from the U.S. Soccer Coaching Federation. He opens it up and reads. He then looks at the picture of his parents, blows them a kiss. He starts the engine, his eyes and demeanor suddenly full of purpose and poise. The daughter observes from the upstairs window. She holds the angel statue close to her heart. She watches the truck leave, kisses the statue, holds it to her chest as she shivers and cries. Exterior cul-de-sac, late morning. Saturday. The mail truck lazily rolls to a stop next to the blue mailbox house. Out steps the son, now 22 years old. It's a beautiful sun-kissed day. The daughter and the mother are in the yard tending to the planter boxes. They've started a bountiful vegetable and fruit patch. Propped on top of the planter boxes is the small statue of the Angel of Light the son had given the daughter. The son waves to the mother and daughter, and they wave back. The daughter is in much better health. The daughter stands, wipes her hands down. She picks up a small basket full of vegetables and fruit. She offers it to the son. The son takes the basket and smiles thankfully. The daughter looks expectantly at the son. The son remembers. He holds up a finger, unzips his jacket, and underneath reveals a sweatshirt with an insignia on the top right that reads, Coach KT. The daughter gives the son a hug and an unexpected kiss on the cheek. The son indicates he has something else to share, reaches into his mailbag and takes out the daughter's old violin case. He gestures for her to open it. The daughter tentatively lifts the lid. It's her old violin. It's been refurbished. Also in the violin case is an aging envelope. She takes the crinkled old envelope out. It's the unopened Juilliard admissions letter she discarded years ago. She regards the son, taken aback and touched. He then gestures for her to open the letter. The daughter opens the old envelope. She pulls out the letter, reads it. She peers over the top of the paper at the son. A full-faced smile emerges. She giddily brings the letter over to her mum, who reads it and beams proudly. The son retreats back to his truck, gets inside, looks at the picture of the mailman and his mother, and blows them a kiss. As he's about to pull away, the daughter knocks on the passenger side door. The son opens the window. The daughter reaches across and gives the son a long, sweet, and tender kiss on the forehead. The daughter then plucks a strawberry from the basket she had given the son, takes a bite, and smiles. She then goes back to her mum by the planter boxes, with a skip and a step. The son brims with joy. Exterior cul-de-sac. Night. Sunday. The sun is setting as a minivan stops in front of the blue mailbox house. A man, early 40s, brusque, working class, gets out of the driver's side, opens up the trunk. He grabs a couple of boxes. He waddles under the weight of the boxes to the front door. He places them down, just as the door opens. At the doorway is the mailman's son, now in his late 20s. He wears a state college sweatshirt. A badge on the sweatshirt reads, Head Coach. Behind the son is the daughter, also late 20s. She sports a big baby bump. A young girl, 12, emerges from behind the daughter and the son. She's toting a violin case. She nods a thank you to the daughter, who in turn ruffles the girl's hair. Then hands her a binder. The binder has a logo for a violin school. The girl gets into the minivan with her dad. The dad gives her a big kiss on the cheek. They wave to the son and the daughter. The mailman's son and the daughter wave back. The minivan honks before driving away. The son looks at the daughter. They share a tender kiss. He puts a hand on the baby bump, smiles, as does she. They retreat back into the house, softly close the door. For a moment the yard is dark. Then a set of plastic candles adorning the old planter boxes come to life. They illuminate a statue of the Angel of Light. Next to the statue is a picture of the mailman and his son playing soccer in a park. Elegant, exquisite violin music emanates from the house.
You have been listening to The Mailman's Son, a short film written by J.B. Story and presented by Sound of Scripts. To learn more about Sound of Scripts, please visit soundofscripts.com. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you.